I have written a lot of poems and put them on the blogs. I have been inspired by Mohanji for the last 7, almost 8 years. And I've written all kinds of... Yeah, first I organized even the first retreat ever here in Vrdnik, in Serbia. Yeah, first in Europe and first in the world, with Mohanji. It lasted only the weekend, and there were 25 of us. Hanumatananda was there, Milan Bojic, yes, Hana, Shinka, and Dragan. So in this retreat, there are 4 of us who were there in 2012, November 2012 in Vrdnik, that's right. So cleansing was happening, people were discussing, oh, where does this headache come from? And then one lady called Mohanji and said, oh, I saw a big dark black cloud over you. If you take all this poison from all these people, you will die. And he says, leave me alone, I know my job. So he was collecting negativities, plucking out of us, and then he suffered his part in his own silent way. But then we were relieved, left light, bright, or at least lighter and brighter, until we turn into light one day. That was good retreat, and at the same time, Mohanji was operating in India as well. They were doing a selfless service. They were feeding the hungry, and then at that time, this group waited for these hungry people to arrive. So they put the food, but nobody was coming, and they called, Mohanji, what is happening here? We are offering food here for the group of hungry and poor people at the place where they usually come. So what is happening? Why aren't they coming? And then after a while, of course, they started appearing, and not only 1 or 2, there were really a lot of them. So this was a successful charity that time. What happened at the same time in Vrdnik, his face just frozen a little bit like this, and eyes were like focused on somewhere diagonally. So in the middle of answering a question, he got frozen like this, his eyes focused in one place, and then that's what is it. It was over. So at the same time, he was operating on different levels in different parts of the world. Of this world, that's what I know. I don't know where else he was operating, in what other worlds he was operating.
Just in short, the first retreat, I was sharing bed with 2 Indian guys in one bed. It was a friend, double bed, and 3 of us were sleeping there, and we were eating food in a local restaurant, not a restaurant, it's called kafana here. And at that time, Mohanji was telling us that time will come when hundreds of people will come and see him, and when it will be completely another level. So we were just, looking at him and thinking, is it really possible? I mean, I'm sharing bed with 2 Indian guys, and then Mirica organized meditation in some kafana at Banovo Brdo. It was like 20 people there, like a really Balkan style. Yeah. And now hotel with a pool and spa and salt room and massage and satsang for 500 people in Novi Sad and Belgrade. So at that time, he was telling us all these things we didn't believe, but I mean, we didn't know what to think. But yeah, and this is not the end, because at some time he said to me, there will be thousands of people, like 10,000 people will come to us. And then I was a little bit, sad, and I said, but Guruji, what will we do who know you for a long time? He said, oh, you'll sit next to me. So I was like, and that was like, oh, thank you, I remember that. Yeah, it's like Yeah, you said that. You remember?
I would like to say a couple of words how this book even appeared, how it manifested at all. As I said, I was writing, and conscious walking as experience made me feel calm, contemplative, and energized, even inspired. So after walk, a few times I felt very inspired to write a poem. So a few times I wrote it and put it on Facebook with photos, so it looked more attractive than a photo only. And after a while, one friend asked me, why don't you write a few more poems and let's publish a book? Okay, why not? So I thought of a concept of the book as 108 poems, symbolically, 108 poems, and somehow the rhythm and inspiration went on. This flow went that each consists of 8 lines, and most of the poems are 8-syllabic. So, and all of the poems are rhymed. So none of the poem is just scattered words. All of the poems rhyme. So they have a rhythm as if steps, and each is on the same topic. They are devotional, and they are for the calmness of the mind and for the turning to one's own self, therefore the soul. And the main emotion is love, what opened my heart. And this is my way of living Mohanji's teachings. Because I always crave for a way to show how much I love him and what he did for me. So whatever I do, I feel this is so small because he's not interested in anything that is from this world, that is from this earth. So a few times I wrote and presented him poems in English. So he told me, oh, well, good, write it in Serbian. So it means if you want to share something with others, then share it in Serbian for people locally. This would be better. So this book is in Serbian. Mohanji can't even read it. So, he can feel it though. He can feel it though because he knows everything. So the main reason is living his teachings, and what he teaches is to share what we have. Well, I have talent, and this is what I share this way, and also. By presenting, by manifesting what is inside, this is way to lead by example. Perhaps more books will come. I will be happy to hear that, because when you read yourself, perhaps some book will come out for others to read as well. Well, let's read one. Ljupko li je jutrom ići, bez namere nekud stići, već samo radi koraka svrsishodna šetnja svaka. Niti da bi proćaskali, niti da bi šta saznali, niti da bi provežbali, nego sebe sebi dali. And one last one. Upornost I vežba znače, ne može sve baš odjednom. Oči nam sve lepše zrače, na putu smo zlatnom jednom. Put beli nam se otvara, u večnosti samilosti, zahvalnošću mijemo se u ljubavi besmrtnosti.
Congratulations. What Milan told me, it actually, like when Biljana was speaking, I remember the first time we conducted a retreat. Actually, we were thinking about retreats. I think that's the first one ever, right? Ever, yeah. We never had a retreat before. It was always satsangs. I used to go, give lecture, conduct meditation, and I go. But we decided there should be something residential where people can have more time with me.
It's only normal that Serbia enters the history with all this first time. Sorry. We can't be modest.
You did not come.
I just delivered Mila and all that. So I was.
Then this is 20. No, she was there. That was actually. Correct.
2 weeks before the retreat.
Yeah, we didn't have time. I mean, I was working, I think, at that time. Right? So I had a problem with the leave and my availability and stuff. So it was 2 weeks before we decided on the retreat. We contacted Biljana and said we will do it. And then in 2 weeks, she fixed that space and all the place where we stayed and like a few rooms and a lot of people, all those kind of stuff. Yeah. So, but there is a fun in all this, you know, that well organized and average organized. It was not her fault. In fact, there was no time to organize something better. That time we didn't know about Andrevili and other places. So we just made with what is available. But it went well. I think the whole program had some kind of spontaneity about it. And then after this program, actually, Milan was asking me questions. Thousands of questions. Because, yeah, he reads a lot. That's a problem. You know? So he asked me questions from out of context. I have no idea where he's asking from.
It's
because
like,
he would have read some books and he's finding questions.
It's like artillery shooting, you know. Foo, foo, foo.
And then there were two or three other people, I think from England. Yeah, so this question came, we were sitting around having a coffee after the program. We had time to leave. So we were sitting around. So I said, Mohanji, it looks like we will be doing this more. So I said, absolutely, but more people also. This is just a beginning, you know. Now hundreds of people will come one day. So that's when, no, you were not there at that time. I don't know whether you were there. But the question was asked, so how will we reach you? I said, see, there are two things, remember. More people will come, but not everybody will stay. So you will always have space. You know, various people will come, and if they come with expectation, they go with disappointment. But if they come out of love, they stay. Means they have no expectations. Love is more important than any other thing. And they will not leave. So now most of you are here because out of love and companionship, and you will stay. And I think that group, most people are still there. From that group, still there. It's 5 years now. In between, so many new people have come and they have gone. And people who come with expectation goes with disappointment. And after disappointment, it's a kind of not so good thing. You know, they don't feel like coming back and stuff like that. So this is very common with everybody. I mean, it's a normal thing. So we experience that also. And then I also said one thing. Eventually, there'll be hundreds of people living with me. That is coming as well. True friends never judge you. They allow your spontaneity. If you really love somebody, you will not look at the good, bad, and the ugly side. You just love the person. Whatever they do, you love anyway. So that kind of friendships are very rare in this world. You know, in our life, if you look back, many people are fair weather friends. They love you if everything is all right. If things are not all right, they will be nowhere in the neighborhood. They'll be far, far away. So because Biljana started this subject and Milan contributed, I'm thinking like Biljana, Milan, Hanumatananda, Zoran, these people have been with me all these years. See, today they are here in this program. It's not that we communicate every day. We hardly communicate, in fact. But connection is the same in the first day and now. No change. It has never altered nor fluctuated. How can connection fluctuate? Only when you connect with your mind. If you connect with your consciousness, it cannot fluctuate. You know, there are a few other people. I mean, this is a very fresh and brave and young team who's running this organization today, and they're doing a great job. But we had people like Miritsa, for example. You know, she's like a pattern tank, but she is very, very committed. Pattern tank, like a army tank. But she's very committed and very sincere, and no compromises as far as the loyalty is concerned. Yeah, you can't mess with a tank. Here only probably Alexander can do something about it. But nobody else can come near that. Likewise, Hana has been with us all these years. So it's like, I was telling our people, the new team, I said, these people have been with me. And I think you would have seen my speech in Canada about this. Those who stood by me through the sun and the wind and the rain, I never leave them. I have never left them, anybody like that. Those who have been consistent and committed, we never leave those hands. We never leave them, whatever happens. So this question about will we be with you when you become too busy, that's out of question. Definitely you will be with me because I never leave anybody. I have never left anybody till now. You know, and those who have left me, they left by their choice, not because of me. This is the thing. And so many people are familiar, very familiar with me. Some of you have been with me or attended various programs like Afrim and Marina, Anna, in many countries. Without them, I can't conduct a program.
The traveling crew.
If they are not sitting there, you know, there is something wrong. Preacher is on silence, but he'll sing a song after all this. And there are some very universal people. Every guru comes, every program, they'll be there. Matya is one example. He has no divisions, no borderlines, nothing. And sometimes he has no clue why he's sitting there, but he'll sit there.